Nice job, Austin. Good evening, Redmont, and welcome to the Reveille Times presidential election coverage. Redmont Decides, brought to you by the Stock Exchange, where traders make the Department of Commerce worry about our future. Join today. Tonight, the candidates who spent countless hours campaigning, debating, and making their case to you, the people, are sitting down with us to get their live reactions to the results. We'll be talking about what drove them to run, what this race has meant to them, and the moments that have stuck with them, the good, the bad, and the unexpected. I'm your co-host, Anthony Org, and this is the Reveille Times coverage of Redmont Decides. Let's get it started. Yep. Is Brady good? Yeah, that's fine. So first, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our internal polling data on the presidential elections here. We have a sample size of 59 voters, and if Bardia is ready, we can...
Going to be heard?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. There we go. So yeah.
Hi, Redmont.
We're good.
I'm here.
All right. We ready to go? Fully. All right. So first, I wanted to open up this segment with our pundits' predictions here. We have our polling data. Let me go ahead and forward this to you, Bardia. Make sure you have it here.
Will do. Thank you.
Our thoughts. Bardia King. There we go. So what are your opinions on this election? Do you think we'll see a first-round victory? Do you think the multi-wave will continue, or do you think we'll see an upset?
Well, honestly, I think this election has really been, honestly, in my opinion, it's kind of just been like all around the place from even the very beginning. We originally, I was believing that Talion was going to win the election, and then slowly, as time got by and it became more and more evident to me that I think the multi-wave is going to really hit strong in the election, and its multi is going to be leading in the very beginning. But I think there is still that possibility that Talion may actually have a chance of winning the election, but polling data may show otherwise. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree. It is a very, very likely threat, and this campaign has been a very, very crazy campaign period. I mean, it started with End being very, very strong right off the gate of the new wave, and then obviously the events of 6-7 happened, and now we've seen a huge, huge polling lead from Multiman. But will data tell the truth? Redmont data has not always been truthful, and we'll see. Does the data lie?
That is true. Do you want to get into the data? Or
Yep, we have the Reveille Times poll conducted over the Discord here. We have a total of 59 responses in the sample size, and the polls show a commanding lead for Multiman and Just Jada with 38 of the total votes. Second place comes Talion and Elisha Kryn with 9 votes, and then it's tied with Pepe Q and Roy 404 and Roy 405, with Asexual Dinosaur coming in last on the polls. But it is important to know the sample size is only 59 voters, and we're going to see much, much more in this election.
That is very true. I believe, I think we're still going to be following the itinerary we posted earlier yesterday. So we could, I think, pull some people up and see what the people think about this election, right?
I do agree. I would like to bring in Darton Boy. He has to my knowledge, the largest polling results, and we want to get his opinions on this as well.
Okay, great. And then,
yep,
well, hello there,
Darton
Boy.
We wanted to, we wanted to get your opinions on the polling data you've collected and what your predictions are on this election. Do you think we'll see a multi-wave round 1 victory, or do you think we can have a potential upset? Oh, he's deafened.
Well, Mr. Dartenbohr, you are currently live on television, so just letting you know. Get ready for that one.
Here, do you need me to repeat the question, Darton?
Oh, okay. My thing glitched.
Oh, good. I can repeat it for you. So you have the largest polling set for this presidential election. Do you think we'll see a multi-wave round 1 victory, or do you think we'll see an upset? What does your data show?
My data does not suggest either of those. We're not expecting multi to take a round 1 victory, although it is within the realm of possibility. We calculated a 26% chance of that happening. What is more likely, though, is that he will have a strong lead. One of the lower scoring candidates are going to be eliminated, and we're going to slowly see votes trickling towards multi from those other candidates than we're going to see for anyone else.
Perfect. What are the odds you see a non-multi-man presidency?
The odds of a non-multi presidency are less than 1%, assuming that our polling was correct, which there's always a chance that there's not, because unlike in real life, we don't have the benefit of thousands and thousands of people responding, because we just don't have that kind of population.
Yep, as I've said before, polling data has historically not been the most accurate, but it is a very, very helpful tool for still getting an idea on how the people lean.
That's exactly right.
Now, besides a presidential victory, are there any other upsides you can see? Do you think some candidates might slip further than was initially projected, or any upsets like Roy 404 and Roy 405 having a very strong in-game ground game?
Yeah, we could see Asexual Dinosaur potentially pulling ahead of Roy. They were actually very close together in our polling. I think I put roughly 76 to 24% chance against those two candidates as far as being last place. We didn't simulate every possibility, just because if we did with 5 candidates, that becomes exponentially larger. So we didn't actually simulate what might happen. For example, if Asexual Dinosaur beats Roy, or if Roy beats the Pepichu Juniper campaign. But it's not likely to actually change the end result very much, because for the most part, what we were really seeing is people who were choosing some of these less popular candidates were usually picking Multi-Man or Talion 77 as their second or third choice.
Perfect. I believe you had 2 separate polls, one for in-game, one for Discord, correct?
We actually had 3. We had one initially taking place primarily in Discord, the second taking place mostly in game through /ad. We weren't getting a lot of responses, so we started offering a $500 chance to one random person who filled it out, and we did pay that out. It got us to get more responses. And then our third one was in-game and on Discord and in all the campaign Discord servers, which tends to be what we use that to do, is to establish what people who did those first 2 polls are most likely to choose as their second, third, fourth, and fifth votes. We do some math on all that to figure that out and calculate what is the most likely odds of everybody of every stage of the election. So
Perfect. Is there any trends you've noticed, differences between in-game and on Discord? Any candidates have a stronger Discord than a ground game, or?
yeah, that was something that we noticed a lot, was that Talion is significantly more popular by the Discord, people who are more active on Discord, whereas Multi-Man was much more popular in-game. And, Discord doesn't vote, so that's kind of what led us to lean towards Multi-Man probably being the victor. The other candidates, there weren't very large discrepancies between in-game and Discord.
Perfect. That's all questions I have. Bardi, if you have any, you can take it away.
No, I think, thank you so much, Dart. You provided a lot of helpful insight into this. I think we should pull up some more, random people off the streets, unopinionated people. Let's see, would Juniper Fig be open to the idea of this? What do you think, Anthony?
I think Juniper Fig is a great person to bring in. You know, twice president can bring some valuable
Yeah.
insight to both the campaigning process and actually being president.
Okay. Dar, is there anything else you'd like to let us know about the election? What your personal beliefs are, or anything?
I mean, I do strongly believe that Multiman is most likely going to win, but as always, you know, our polls are just not 100% accurate. They can never necessarily be. So, who really knows for sure? We'll find out when the count is finished. But
Yeah, that's the truth. There's really no other truth to it. Well, I think Anthony, have you covered how the elections work in DC yet, or? Anthony?
Oh, sorry, I left myself muted.
No, you're all good.
I've not discussed how the presidential election works. If you want to go ahead and take that away.
Okay, well, so I'm not definitely an expert on how it works, but I can tell you the general gist of it. I actually believe this may be the largest election we will ever be having on DC, considering that it's happening right after the Jaren wave. Shout out to all of you, Jaren wavers here. I believe that this election will be receiving a lot of votes. I think previous elections have averaged about 100 to 150 votes. This will be, however, the largest election we will be having. Elections in DC, generally, the way that they've worked in the past have been you vote for a single candidate and that's it. Your vote goes to that one person, and then we continuously have runoffs. However, now with the instant runoff system, the way that it's going to work is you're going to be ranking your candidates in whichever way you'd like to vote for them. And if your first choice candidate gets eliminated within one of those rounds, what happens in the end all is your vote goes to the next person that you picked. And it's going to keep going that way until one candidate has won more than 50% of the votes. Once that happens, you, believe it or not, become president. It's been a pretty big change for a lot of people as well, considering that a lot of our elections have traditionally also been on the forums. However, in recent years, with the new election plugin in-game, we've moved into that in-game system that allows us to also implement that ranked choice electoral system. So I think that's it's really fun seeing how a lot of the candidates have gotten into it, have kind of dirtied themselves into all of the different systems of the game. And it's really interesting seeing an election with many popular candidates, some obviously more popular than other, but two very popular candidates. And I'm really going to be impressed on how it plays out.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, leading a party in the past, I can tell you just how important getting that second and third endorsement votes are, especially in tightly contested races like the Senate and the presidential. So it's going to be a real battle for every single vote.
That is very true. Okay, so let me go talk with our next guests and see if they're ready to come on stage. Anthony, you say whatever you want to say for now.
We'd just like to remind you all that the Reveille Times Redmont Decides presidential election stream is sponsored by the stock exchange. And perfect. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome back. Welcome here, Juniper. Okay, so Juniper, as a two-time, as you say, unelected president, what's it been like seeing how this election's been playing out?
It's been really fun to watch instead of spending all of my time campaigning. I really enjoy seeing everybody's campaigning styles and how they're fighting for it. I think it's really fun.
Yeah. I've also just realized that you are, in fact, also technically a candidate in this election as well. I believe you're running on your original ticket.
Pepe and I are running together. I don't think that was my original ticket. My original ticket, I declared with Eat B, and then Eat B decided that he didn't want to run with me anymore, so then I declared with somebody else, and then with somebody else, and then with somebody else. and with a few more
That is
people
true.
after that.
Okay. Well, yeah. So what's it been like? Let's just as we're waiting for the votes to start rolling in, what's it been like? After leaving the Brown House, and for the Yajiran people, the Brown House is what we call the residence of the president. So what's it been like? Outside of the Brown House, and then coming back into DC with all of the new people, and just seeing everything with a pair of non-political eyes.
I think I fear I may be looking at it with political eyes, considering the fact that I'm a representative and also running for vice president, unfortunately.
That is true.
But
And also congratulations, Madam Representative.
Thank you. I'm having so much fun. It has been it's just been amazing to get to see everybody again. Not actually seeing them, but in Minecraft, and talk to everybody again. And there's so many new people, and I'm having so much fun with my national park, and it's just been a really, really, really lovely time.
Yes. Even more off-topic stuff. What led you to start that the Wild National Park? Like, what was the inspiration for it?
I took a lot of road trips over the past, during the spring.
Okay.
So I was spending a lot of time outside, looking at mountains and rivers and oceans and et cetera, et cetera. And it was just so lovely. And then I was like, I want this in Minecraft, but I don't want to have to go through the government for it because I just want to do it myself. So I was going to do it all by myself. And then Gnome made Gnome Fund Me. And my friends all have terrible spending habits. So they've just given me so much money. So I can use that money to spend on... I have a bunch of new players working for me. I have Dirt Boss, who I don't really know what he does. I think he digs dirt. He might be the boss of the dirt. And I have Dinos working for me, and I have Floor and Dr. Funks and different people. Pizza Frog, Big Man Chom's my intern. It's just been so much fun getting to know all of them and hanging out in the wild, and yeah, it's been really sick.
Perfect. I did have a question. Obviously, you've been president twice, and you've been involved in multiple campaigns, including a winning one most recently of the House, and also of the president as a VP. What does it take to win a presidential election, and then to actually be president itself?
I think to win a presidential election, you have to... It's really difficult because you have to have a really good balance of being really excited about it and also working really hard on it, because the campaign itself is a very, very involved and energetic and kind of emotionally taxing period of time. And then you have 4 months of your life where you're kind of, the president of DC, which is a pretty big deal. Like, not a lot of people get to do that. And there are a lot of people who have joined the server so far. We hit like 12K in the Discord. Like, that's a lot of people to ping when you ping, like, people for your little announcements. So it's hard to balance, like, the realities of the job with the hype from the campaign, I think. So keeping yourself grounded while also being excited and hopeful enough to... Okay.
To cut you off, but we do have our first results in for the first batch of votes, and we have a... Oop, my access has expired. That's fun.
I actually have just refreshed it. Okay, first batch of votes coming in. Believe it or not, Asexual Dinosaur is currently at 5 votes. Talion is at 1, Multi is at 1, Roy 405 is at 2, and Pepeku is also at 1 again. this first batch of votes brings us with 10 total votes. And oddly enough, Asexual Dinosaur is currently leading in these counted votes.
That is true. It might be a shock to some, but you got to remember this is very early in the race, and there's plenty of time to go. We'll see how true does our polling booth, or how true does our polls add up. Juniper, what's your immediate reactions to these counted votes so far?
I think she's. I think she's cops. Like she's at a loss for words.
Sorry, somebody was offering me a grilled cheese, but I can't have grilled cheese because I'm lactose intolerant. What was the question?
Sorry. What are your immediate thoughts on the counted votes so far? If you did not hear from the start, it's Asexual Dinosaur leading the polls at 5.
Yeah.
Roy 404
I heard the
at
votes.
2. Okay, perfect.
Really, really, really excited. I think that's really cool. There are a lot of ups and downs and big swings in these things, and I think the DOS has had a long time to make these results as dramatic as they can. So I think we're in for a roller coaster tonight.
Fig, I believe you. I believe you're both the father. Well, pardon me, the mother and the spouse of leading candidate Asexual Dinosaur as of right now. Are you not?
I am. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So, very, very interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, I believe we are currently, since we're going to be on track, Miss Fig, is there anything else you'd like to let us know about the presidency or what it feels like to be president?
I think there's a lot to appreciate. That's really easy to miss. About being president, and I think.
Sorry to cut you off. We just got
taking
our second
some time
batch
to
of
sit
votes.
back and. Oh. Okay.
Yes, the second batch of votes are in. We have another 8 votes coming in. In these 8 votes, we have 2 more votes for Roy 405 and 6 votes for Multiman. No other candidate has received any other votes in this batch.
That means Multiman now takes the lead in counted votes so far, with Roy 405 sneaking on the door of Asexual Dinosaur, who's taken the lead at the early start.
Oh, okay. Batch number 3 is in. Another 5 votes have just come in. We have Talion with another 2 votes, Multiman with another 2 votes, and Roy 405 with another 1 vote.
Which notably, that ties Dinosaur, who's taken the early lead from the polls. And we see other candidates start picking up steam. And another batch of votes has come in, actually, another 6 votes, with 3 for Multiman, Just Jada, 2 more for Roy 405, Roy 404, and 1 more for Elisha and Talion.
Yes, I believe that this, the graphic should be updated sometime soon. I've just received some reports that the graphic is not updating. But to count it up, let me run some numbers real quick. Oh, wow, we have another batch of votes that just came in. We have another 5 votes that just came in. 1 for Asexual Dinosaur, 4 for Multiman, and that's that in that batch. Multiman is currently leading with a total of 16 votes. Then in second place, we have Roy 405. In third, we have Asexual Dinosaur, then Talion, then Pepe with a single vote.
Another 9 votes in, with 7 for Multiman and 2 for Talion. We are starting to see an early steamrolling victory, but we got to remember, there's still plenty of election left to go. And just yesterday, the Knicks came back with a huge victory. Can we see a New York Knicks kind of comeback in this presidential election?
Believe it or not, I was actually about to talk about the Knicks in 5.
I know ball. I know ball.
The Knicks have been winning so much. Oh, another 3 votes just came in. Oh, Miss Fig, are there any comments?
Never lose faith in the Pepe 2 comeback. I believe in Pepe, and so should everybody else.
Amen. Okay, I think Multiman is next up on the list. We will now be bringing in candidates. Thank you, Miss Fig. Is there any last thing you'd like to say before we bring in Multiman?
No, we're all good.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
And we
Let
have
me
a new
see if
batch.
Multiman is ready from the dressing room.
Yep, we received a new batch of votes. I don't think we read off batch 7. So batch 7 brought us 3 new votes, with 1 going to Multi and 2 going to Talion. And then batch 8 brings us 9 new votes, of 1 for Dino, 1 for Talion, and 7 for Multiman. I believe we should have Multi
Hello.
in the call now. Yep.
Yes,
Multi,
hello
what are
there,
your
Multi.
immediate reactions to the current vote count?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's a bit humbling. It's very early. It's very early. It's very humbling to see thus far. But as Yogi Berra said, it ain't over till it's over. I would like to thank and everybody who went out there and exercised their right to vote. I'd love to thank my supporters for trusting in me and Jada. I would love to thank my opponents, in particular Talion and Asexual Dinosaur, for fighting a noble campaign. And at the end of the day, I really do hope that our movement carries the day. And it looks like we've got a fairly strong early showing, but at the same
Sorry
time,
to cut you
must
off. We've got
go
another
for it.
2 batches
Another
of votes
one.
here. So we have
Oh.
batch 9 and batch 10 with 6 and 8 votes respectively. For batch 9, we have 1 vote for Dino, 1 vote for Talion, 2 votes for Multi, 1 vote for Roy, and 1 for PPQ. Batch 10, we had batch 11 come in as well. So batch 10 of 8 votes, 3 goes to Talion, 5 to Multiman. Batch 11, we have 7 votes of 3 to Talion, 3 to Multi, and 1 for Roy. It would be nice if DOS is listening if you can do a quick sum at the bottom to let us add up counts immediately. Pretty neat if you can do that.
It
sorry,
is
I'll let
at
you
the
go ahead.
top. The sum is at the top. Just letting you know.
I'm just blind. I'm just blind.
Yeah,
I would
no,
like to
was also-
know, just is there any information you guys have as the total vote count? You're giving a percentage. Jesus. Okay. Well,
Okay,
whoever wins
so
is going to have the
news,
biggest mandate ever.
There
But-
is. This is by far the biggest election ever. I believe we were just told by our producers we have 439 votes. 479 votes, almost 500
Actually,
votes to be counted. And
It
ladies
looks
and
like
gentlemen,
we have another 2
in-
batches.
we are currently at batch 13. We haven't even hit 10% of the total counted vote. So sorry, 20% of the total counted votes. And bam, batch 14 just came in with a total of 99 counted votes so far.
So to get an update on the total counted votes so far, all around we have 10 votes for Dinosaur, 17 for Talion, 66 for Multiman, 12 for Roy, and 2 for PPQ. We've seen a very tight race for second place, but it's been so far a runaway lead for Multiman. But as I just stated, the Spurs blew a huge lead. Will we see the same?
I don't really know what to say except thank you to the voters so far. I don't want to get ahead of myself, obviously, but these are very promising results, and I am kind of at a loss for words. I thought, when I got out into this race, it would be a really tough fight. I had to give up something that I really wanted and really enjoyed, which was being a judge, and which was my first love of DC, has been the legal scene, because I thought that the country needed leadership at the moment, especially with the big wave, and I'm so thankful for all the support we've seen thus far. I'm very hopeful for the rest of the night. It ain't over till it's over, and there may be multiple rounds. I don't know, but this is a very wonderful early data set for us, and I do just want to express my thanks and gratitude to my opponents, including Talion and Asexual Dinosaur especially, for fighting a clean and ideas-based race.
Yes. In other news, Multiman, are you a fan of the New York Knicks?
Knicks in 5 is my call, but maybe I'm only going to win one of these things tonight, so maybe I've just
Thank you.
jinxed this.
Thank you.
At work, I was saying Spurs in 5, and I've been eating my word. So
Yeah.
Well, looks like the New York Knicks are currently winning. We, as of I believe our last update, what were we? We were on batch 16.
now we're at batch 20, a large
We are-
batch
yeah.
of votes coming in.
So we are currently at we're just going to give you the total vote counts. We are currently at 137 votes counted total. And Asexual Dinosaur is at 10 votes. Talion is at 24. Multi-Man is at 83 votes. And Roy405 is at 15, and Pepe is at 7. As I was reading those numbers, they updated again. Batch 21 just came in. We are currently at 147 total votes. 10 for Dino, 25 for Talion, 90 for Multi-Man, 15 for Roy, 7 for Pepe. It's been an amazing race so far. I think we will actually be ready to, I believe, make our final begin pushing out predictions as to how the votes are going. I think it's been a very, very amazing race so far.
Yeah, I mean, notably, you see candidates like PPQ starting to pick up a bit of steam in the later rounds, picking up more votes than the early rounds. I don't necessarily think we'll see an upset, but we could see a shifting in the orders for the rest of the pack.
And another update. We are currently at 158 total votes. 10 for Dino, 27 for Talion, 98 for Multi-Man. Multi-Man is very close to breaking the 100 border. Roy, and as I was saying that, another batch came in. We were at 163 total votes. 10 for Dino, 28 for Talion, 102 for Multi-Man, 16 for Roy, and 7 for Pepe. Wow, this is amazing.
Another 6 votes have come in, it looks like, with 1 for Talion, 5 for Multi-Man. That pushes them at 107.
I would also like to really just take some time to thank the Department of State. It is
thank
been
you to
a very,
people.
they're helping make the excitement of tonight. AC is doing a very good job. AC is somebody who has very honorably served in the cabinet, is someone who doesn't get a lot of news or get a lot of attention, but I believe is somebody who is one of the treasures of Redmont, and I believe we should recognize AC for leadership in the DOS over all this time, and for hard work and dedication and ethics and integrity.
AC has been sorry to cut you off, Anthony, but AC has been, I believe, has been the secretary that has served the most amount of times as the Secretary of State. They keep coming back, and they don't stop coming back, and this is a great thing. AC has been one of our oldest players on DC, and it is amazing to see that they still have the work ethic to put into the DOS and running the Department of State, and it's amazing to see AC still around to this day. I'll hand it over to Anthony now.
Still putting in some excellent work. Recently, they've expanded polling centers to Aventura, Oak Ridge, and Willow at the request of Aventura's very own head of development, Anthony Werg. And they've been doing some incredible work. And I think it shows to their work ethic and their talent that they're still able to do this and still doing so many good things for Redmont. We do have a couple batches of votes to update you on. I'm just going to read the totals here.
Okay. Interesting news.
Yep, so I'll let you take it away.
Yes, this statistic was just published by another news network, Redmont News Network. Multi-Man has become the most popular presidential candidate in DC history, leading with 119 votes, and that beat out the previous record held by Tech, our current president, who received 105 votes. Let me do some fact checking. I want to compare this to an election, my first election on DC, in fact. It was against Yeet Boy and Diggy. So names that probably most people nowadays only know one, maybe both of them.
And give a quick update on the total since a few new batches have dropped. Asexual Dinosaurs at 11 votes, Talion at 34, Multi-Man at 137. I'm going to restart from the beginning because they just updated as I was saying it. Dinosaur picked up another vote, 12. Talion at 34, Multi at 137, Roy at 19, and PPQ at 12.
I think MJL has been begging to speak for a little bit, and I think MJL is a good one. Unless you want to candidate up. If you want to non-candidate up, I know MJL has been very eager to speak.
I think we are currently on, our itinerary. I think it's best if we do some desk talk about how the election's been going so far, before we bring up another candidate, because we're kind of just been pushing back-to-back people up here. But yeah, let's take a look at how these elections have been in the past. For example, Oh, here it is. Yes, this is actually real statistics. Multiman is officially the number one most voted candidate so far ever on DC history, a record that was previously held by Tech, and before that was beat by, I believe, only 3 votes. Yes, in June 2023, the presidential election of June 2023, Digiman, Lil Digivert, had received 101 votes, and amazingly enough, wow, it's I pardon me, but I'm gonna reminisce a bit. This was Diggy actually made a very big deal out of him receiving all of these votes, because it is amazing to see these all of these people that have come and gone throughout DC, seeing all of these people having so much fun, some people leaving, coming back. It is really amazing. DC, as others have said, once you're in DC and you've stuck around for 2 months, you can never leave. You attempt to leave, you're still going to come back. We've had people who have left DC before and have returned. And from what I understand, my producer is telling us that we are going to be attempting to get Diggy on the show, but that is very much up in the air. But yeah, it has been very, very interesting seeing all of these people who have come and gone in DC and who have come back. Just a little fun fact. The spreadsheet we were looking at originally had given us 5 batches, so we were assuming that we would be receiving vote counts in, like, we would receive the entire election in those 5 batches, but no. Believe it or not, I believe from our last update, we have received another 10 total batches. So let me just, we are currently at batch 38. So let me read you the total vote count. As of right now, we have 251 of our votes are in. 13 of them are for Dino, 43 are for Talion, 160 are for Multi, 20 are for Roy, and 19 are for Pepe. And as I was saying that, we have, oh, yes, pardon me, 16 are for Pepe. And as of now, another batch has come in with another 9 votes. So let's give you that other update again. Dino, out of 260 votes, Dino has received 13, Talion has received 46, Multi has received 165, Roy at 20, and Pepe at 16. Wow. Look at all of those numbers. Oh, another 8 votes just came in. Dino at 13, Talion at 50, Multi at 168, Roy at 21, and Pepe at 16. Did we just get a no? No, we haven't. So yeah, it's been very interesting with all of these things. Let's see if we can pull up another candidate. Let me go to Asexual Dinosaur's room and see if he's ready. Multi, in the meanwhile, do you have anything else to say?
Final comments.
I just want to thank TRT for hosting this. I want to thank everybody who turned out and voted. And I, based off these results, again, don't want to call it early, but I really do appreciate the trust that so many of the voters have put in me, and I promise to not let you down. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Multiman. Before we bring on Asexual Dinosaur, I'd like to just address the fact that we're holding the stream at 9 p.m. EST, and considering that a very substantial amount of our players are in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, we would like to apologize as a whole for starting the live stream this late. As we had stated previously in our original announcement, we were expecting this election to end on Wednesday. We were expecting to end yesterday, but unfortunately, due to the untimely start of the election and it ending around 12, and considering that we all have work to do as well, we had to make the compromise of moving it to be at 9 p.m. EST, because that's when the entirety of our film crew was ready to go. So thank you for putting up an extra 7 or so hours before you received your election results. And thank you, Multiman. I think we're ready to bring up Asexual Dinosaur. Yeah.
Hello, chat.
Hello,
there,
Mr. Dino. Before we get into it, we have received another 3 batches. We are currently at 200. Oh, we have received another batch as I was saying that. We are currently at almost more. We are at, I believe, more than half of the votes have come in so far. We are at 293 total votes. 15 of them are for Dino. Congratulations. 56 are for Talion. 180 are for Multiman. 25 for Roy, and 17 for Pepe. Now, Dino, tell us, how has this campaign been going so far?
I feel like the campaign from my end went really well. I listed maybe about a total of 10 ads, between Discord and in-game. I think I performed really solidly during the debate, which is probably where I imagine a lot of my support came from, So I think it's been going fairly well, all things considered, especially, when you look at what Multiman has been spending on their campaign. I think they're going to win, but
Yeah.
I feel like it was a good, solid push there.
Yeah. Wow. Looking at this information, Dino, you have officially lost your fourth lead. You are currently tied with Pepe, and we actually won't know if that'll be going up or down. As I was saying, we while you were talking, Dino, we received, I believe, another one batch. Wow, we've actually received another batch as I was talking. We are currently at 310 total votes. 17 are for Dino, 59 are for Talion, 191 are for Multiman, 26 for Roy, and 17 for Pepe. This election, I think we are ready to put in our first prediction, considering that I believe, yeah. Yes, I believe we're projecting Multiman as the winner of the election, considering that out of the 310 votes as of right now, they have more than half of those votes. All other candidates combined have 100. Oh, as I was saying, all other candidates have a total of 124 votes combined. Multiman himself has almost 200. He's currently at 193.
Just
Actually,
7 votes
may
away.
believe. Yes, Multi may actually double the previous record for most votes to a presidential candidate.
This may
yeah,
be a record that may never be beat. This is a utterly just
Yes.
insane record. I don't even have the words to comprehend what we're seeing. Another 5 votes came in for Multi, with 2 going to Dinosaur. That puts him at 198. He's almost at 200. Like, I don't think this is a record that will ever be beat.
Probably not until Jiren makes another video.
Yeah, Jiren for presidency. That would make
I think
a crazy campaign.
Let's just go off track. I think if Jiren was to run for president, I think he may have received upwards of 1 billion votes. I think it's very feasible.
Hyperbolic, but he would have done, I think, in my opinion, extremely well.
Yes.
I think this
Make a really great point there, Bardia. But actually, he couldn't have ran, which is an interesting aspect here.
Yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of throughout this election, I think, and before the election as well, a lot of from what I understand. what is it? I believe the previous record held by Tech was 103. Can I get a fact check on that? I think it was 103. Let me do some double checking. We're checking. Okay, 105. Multiman is currently 3 votes away from doubling the previous record. We'd also like to thank CNN News for quoting and also helping us out a lot with typewriting the not typewriting, but like providing fast live updates to the news channel in the DC Discord. It is amazing seeing how this election has been going so far. Dino, considering our official projection, what's your opinion on that?
Really, honestly, solid effort to Multi. Much like the industrialists of yore, he really turned to exploiting children for his own gain, and you know what? Claps all around.
I think you have. I want to thank you very much. I think you have a way with words, and it's a very good way with words.
I think it may be a bit of a hyperbolic claim, but
I still think you're an amazing person. So. Yeah, Dino, amazing person all around. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I believe vice presidential candidate Justa Jada running under Multiman had breaking news. Multiman is at 217 votes. They've officially doubled the previous held record. Let's go. Yeah, Dino, is there any final thing you'd like to say before we bring in our next speaker?
You're just two things here. I mean, one, thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. Good run from Multi. Second thing is MJL really wanted you to know he wanted to be up here, but he just couldn't stand to be on stage with Bardia. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. That breaking
Bardia
news. So yeah. Okay. Jada is saying that they'll be ready in a second. So Dino, what's your favorite color?
You want to do color first and ad read?
Yeah. Dino, what's your favorite color?
I'm gonna have to go with a nice soft purple.
Okay, thank you. Anthony, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color will be, it's a very, very great color, green and blue, which has just happened to be the color of our sponsor, the stock exchange, where traders can make the Department of Commerce worry about our future. You can join today at TSE.
Yeah, Mr. Producer, what's your favorite
TSE.
color? So our producer, breaking news, guys. This is probably the most important news you're gonna hear all day. Our producer's favorite color is yellow, and
Lemon
big
yellow
shout
or piss
out.
yellow?
Yeah, Mr. Producer, which one?
Yeah, lemon
yeah.
or piss.
They
alright.
they like every single color of yellow. And if you didn't know, so in our election coverage channel on the Revel Times new Discord server, we currently have a guest room. In the guest room later on, probably after we call the election, we're probably going to bring up different guests to talk to. But as of right now, we're only bringing up candidates and all of the such. So just letting you guys know, if you'd like to possibly be pulled up later, join the Revel Times Discord. I believe our producer may be dropping a link in the news channel on Discord and possibly in-game as well. So feel free to join the guest room, and possibly get pulled up to talk in front of, let's see how many people are currently watching this, in front of 75 people. Yeah, so I believe Vice Presidential candidate Justa Jada is now ready to be pulled up. Thank you so much, Dino. We love your favorite color.
Before we bring her up real quick, I'm going to read off the new updated candidate totals. We have Asexual Dinosaur at 22 votes, Talion at 67 votes, Multiman is at 231, with Roy at 35 and PayPQ at 24.
Yeah,
That moves Dinosaur firmly in last place behind PayPQ, with Roy taking a solid third place, Talion in second, and Multi with a commanding first place.
Yes. Before we begin, Jada, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is pink. I love the color pink.
Okay. Also, just one pretty big question that I've had is what's the story behind the purple, the blue, the blue mogging photo of all of the Multi-Man candidates and such.
Oh my
Who up
god.
mocking Day Multi right now?
Yeah, what's the story behind that?
Digi was like, Jada, you gotta appeal to the kids, you gotta do the mog. And I was like, Digi, what? That doesn't make any sense. And then he's like, and then apparently, Gold made the actual photo of the blue guy. And so, Digi, I just
Gold
going
as
around
in
saying,
gold-blooded, former President gold-blooded.
I want to say I think so. I don't remember exactly.
So, Jada, you're telling me this? You hang around with previous presidents?
I mean, she's running with
guess
one.
I do.
Multi is a former
You
president.
sound like a pretty cool person, in my opinion.
Thank you.
You sound like a really cool person. Just to confirm, Mr. Producer, how many votes did you say was our full total vote count?
Oh, God.
479 total votes must be counted. We are currently at 403. I think we actually may be ready to call the election.
Oh.
Oh, we've
already
called
did?
the election? Our
We've called the
projection is not
election?
the calling? Oh, we did?
Who won?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because
looks like-
479
looks like we're
divided by 2 is 239.5. They're at 249 now, so it doesn't look like we're gonna have a second
Multiman,
round.
congratulations to President-elect Multiman. You've won the election.
Holy
Let's get
crap.
Multi back up here. Yeah,
Oh,
Multi.
gold DM's mugging.
Yeah. Yeah, Multi, hi. Congrats.
Holy shit.
Hi.
Holy shit.
I'm
Oh my god.
I'm so thankful
I have to
For-
paint myself blue.
everything. You do not have to paint yourself blue. I'm not going to hold you to that. But
I
it would be
will.
like
No,
kind of.
people want it.
I'm gonna appear behind Bard and Anthony now. At least.
Yeah, just show up here. You're show up.
Yeah.
You're showing up. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. I am so thankful to everyone. I'm so thankful to all of our supporters. I'm so thankful to all of those who have a vision for inclusion of new players, for making sure that we can give everybody a chance to get a plot, to get invested into our community, to work with the towns, to bring Aventura back into the fold peacefully, to bring Willow more local governance, to bring just a sea of change in Redmont. The People's Action Party is dead. In other words, we're no longer in a one-party state. We're in a country that has its own vision. We're in a country that has embraced, in some ways, what amounts to a new beginning. Some of you who've been around would cringe, but I would say, there's a new dawn ahead of us.
A new dawn.
And the question is
A
whether
new
or not
dawn
we're
party?
able to seize the day, and whether or not we are able to make the most of our tomorrow. And to that end, I'm very thankful for all the great people who have agreed to be in my cabinet, to my vice president, Jada, to all of those who, serve in senior leadership and will continue to be doing so, to the staff team for, at the end of the day, being able to keep this server running, to Tech for his mentorship and kind words after the previous loss, to Kaiserin for her friendship, to Juniper Fig for having trusted in me for all the past year and being the one who initially inspired me to get into politics, to Roby for helping to run our campaign, for just so many people. And I know I'm going to leave some people out, and I don't mean to feel bad, or I don't mean to make you feel bad. To MJL for believing in me, for being really the first person to tell me that I should do this, and that I should go for it. To my friends that I left in the judiciary, Muggy, Co, Smalls, I already thank Kai, Matthew 100X, to Malka, all of you who I know I threw a lot of work on. I'm sorry, but I do thank you for all the work that you've put into Redmont, and all the work that you're going to continue to be doing. To those in the legal community who gave me a shot first and ultimately helped me stay around, thank you. Thank you to everyone. And I'm just so thankful for this night and for our opportunity to guide the soul of the nation forward over the next 4 months. And I'm just so, I didn't expect this to be a first round win. I thought this would be closer. I really do appreciate the show of support and, frankly, the overwhelming mandate that we have to enact our changes, to embrace new players, and to make sure that we're able to build a brighter future where everybody has a chance to live out what I've been calling throughout this whole campaign, the Redmontian dream. Thank you.
And looks like the DOS
Multi-
has just officially published the results in the announcements, officially confirming Multiman and Just Jada as the president. Full results go 479 votes, with Multiman getting 298 first round votes. You have in second place Talion at 73 votes, Roy 405 in third at 46, Dinosaur in fourth at 32, and Pipiq coming in at last at 30. So we wanted to get, I guess, I know you've been talking about your electoral victory, but what are your thoughts on the final count? I mean, you're so close to 300.
Well,
I guess take it all
Multi,
in, I guess.
before you answer that question, what's your favorite color?
Azure. Blue.
Pardon me? Oh, okay.
Azure, kind of blue.
Got it. Okay. For a second, I thought you said "ass your," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
No.
Okay. And also, again, Multi, would you say that this is a total Juniper victory? but with Multi-Man?
No. I will not appropriate that meme. That is a meme that is before my time, and nothing can ever appropriate it quite adequately. I also don't want to do that while she was in the race. But I do think this is a very strong mandate forward. I believe that the image of this little blue freak that you've been seeing throughout all of politics chat over the past few weeks is apt to describe it, and that we've just shown how strong our vision is and how persuasive our vision is, and we're going to continue to build on that, to build on bringing new players in. We're going to be endorsing Tronic, or I'm going to be endorsing Tronic of the UJP for the House. I would recommend all my followers to vote for him. I want new voices in the Congress. And I really would think that this is a moment for us to go out, make a change. It's going to be a changing of the guard. It's going to be something that we don't always and we don't necessarily know what the future is going to hold. But this is a term of transition from the old to the new. And it is going to be my job and the job of all of those around me to help facilitate the new leaders who now make up the majority of our server. Bardia has left the call because of some reason.
I see. That is fine.
Okay.
You're back.
So yes, Multi, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I, again, would love to just thank you for having me. Thank you to those who have mentored me, to those who have inspired me, to those who have... I didn't mention Inza earlier, but she's somebody who deserves a lot of thanks. She is somebody who I think is a very rightly guided person who has helped behind the scenes and has sort of helped to keep me in check in some of my weaker moments, and that's something I'm very thankful for. And just thank you to everyone. I'm going to be trying to make a lot of changes to our government that I think needs to reflect our situation. Like, we're in a very dire fiscal situation. We're in over $15 million of government debt. Our Congress just approved increased UBI for everyone, which is that income you get every 15 minutes. We're going to have to make a lot of hard choices in this term, and we're going to have to do it while keeping new player inclusion in mind. So it's going to be a challenge, but it's a challenge I think we're ready to face together as a movement, and also with the people around me who I've named to my cabinet. And I think that that's going to be a wonderful experience and opportunity for us to make sure that this server is one where we can keep high activity, a new Redmont, where people are in game all the time, and where we have a live, thriving, beautiful, working city. Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I do have a question. I was curious. Day one, what is your day one? What are you doing on day one? As you mentioned, there's the fiscal policy, there's the inventory secession, you have Willow secession. What is your not even just day one, but your first week goal within your administration?
Day one, I'm going to focus on just getting the inauguration and getting things transitioned over. I'm going to probably write out some executive orders that I've been meaning to do to reform some of government. We're going to need to take we don't have a lot of time for this, frankly, but we're going to need to take a hard look at where spending is, particularly spending out of the DC government account, figure out the sources, figure out what's allocated, figure out if we're violating, or we have been violating, by we I mean the executive, congressional intent and caps on spending. I know we're spending like $100,000 on fishing a day. We definitely didn't allocate that, and it's costing the government a lot of money. So we're going to need to really dig into the data, make sure that our plans and policies are something we can do, and we're going to need to get the budget ready. And I think that's going to be the biggest first priority, is making sure that we have a sustainable budget where we're not spending $1 million a day, because that's not something we can sustain, and it's the place that we basically are at the moment.
Yes, let him in.
Okay, so we have news. We actually have the third place record holder, and I believe the most elected president of DemocracyCraft, Lil Digivert, waiting to be dragged in. So, Multi, thank you for joining us. Now go drink champagne or whatever and celebrate your victory. And then after Diggy, we will actually have a very, very amazing person from back in our days. We're gonna have Whackjap coming on, and we'll see how that goes. So thank you, Multi. Anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you all. This is just amazing. Thank you all.
Thank you, Multi. Yes, thank you, man. We will send you back to the guest room where you can talk with the other people. So same thing with you, Jada. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't even know where to start. You know what? Shout out to Dr. Funks. Shout out to her. I have been so nervous this entire election. I've been in that poor girl's DMs worrying nonstop, and she has reassured me over and over and over again. So shout out to her. And that is all I have to say at this very moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Jada. We're gonna send you back to the guest room where you can talk with the other people again.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, Diggy, hi. We haven't heard from you in DemocracyCraft in 3 years.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Glad to be back on the mic.
Yeah. Introduce yourself to probably all of the Jaren Wave people who are watching, since they probably don't know who you are. Really sad.
And to echo what Jada just said, shout out to Dr. Funks. Just did an interview with them a couple minutes ago. Just wrapped that up. That should be coming out soon. You'll hear a little bit more about my past and sort of who I am. But for this audience, I am Lil Diggy Vert. I am a 3-time president on the server. I was the founder of Aventura. I spearheaded the founding of the Commonwealth Reserve Bank, and I don't know, 3-time DPA secretary, 9-time member of Congress. I don't want to spend too much time talking about me, but yeah, at a high level, that's who I am. Also a rapper.
Yes. Yeah. So, Diggy, is there anything you'd like to say about this? Your connection to Jada? How do you know them exactly?
I got to know Jada and Multi some time back. We ran in some mutual circles and had the opportunity to meet them. Super proud of them for what they were able to accomplish today.
Yeah. Okay. Also, a little bit of breaking news. Juniper has just stated that this is, quote, so rigged. Check the security cameras. I bet Jada stuffed the ballot boxes. All new players are alts anyways. Breaking news. I don't know if this is a real thing, but we're hoping it is because it's funny. Yeah, so Diggy, thank you for joining us. While you're waiting around, let's see if we can pull up a former I believe your former Department of Education secretary, correct me if I'm wrong, Whackjap.
While we're waiting on him, just want to say,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, while we're waiting on him, just quick shout out to Multi and Jada for all of the hard work they've put in the last couple of weeks and months. This is a testament to everything they've put in. Just great job. Super proud of you guys. Keep now the real work starts. Best of luck.
Yeah.
I have one very important question for you, Digi. As founder of Aventura, what's your thoughts on the little Aventura
Okay, Anthony,
situation going on?
No. Hey, Diggy, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is probably lavender.
Okay. Whack, welcome on. I think your favorite color is green, right?
Situation.
Yeah, sure is.
Okay. Well, folks, you guys probably don't know who Whack is as well, since probably not all of you do, at least. Jaren Wave people. Whack was a very, very important person. He did a lot of cool things. He committed a lot of crime. Yes. In fact, he stole, I believe, at one point, $50,000 from the Department of Education. Not because he wanted the money, but because he wanted to get fired. Because he was tired of being the secretary.
It worked.
It worked. That is right. So, Whack used to be the number one rocket supplier in DC until, I believe, something caused his gunpowder farm to break. and to the state has yet to be repaired. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff.
A little
also,
Cord.
also, I've received news. We'd like to apologize for Dino's previous statement. I just saw this notification from my producer. MJL uses they, them pronouns, not he, him pronouns. So we'd like to apologize on the behalf of Dino for what they said. I'm also getting another piece of information I need to post by my producer. If you liked our stream, consider donating any amount to the Revel Times, / firm pay the Revel Times amount, or pay Luca Del Rey amount on Discord. So, thank you guys. Before we kind of start wrapping up the stream, Whack, introduce yourself to the public.
Nah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is there anything you'd like to say to the public?
There is. You know, I'm really disappointed, and I was hoping for 12700K to win the presidency. Why didn't that happen?
Rest in peace, 12700K.
I think they got
God.
banned.
Well, that's the guy that DM'd me.
Gone, but not
person
forgotten.
When
that
has
person
ever
DM'd me and
stopped
said,
anyone?
that person DM'd me and said, told me to say on stream, free him. I don't know who that is, but shout out, I guess. I don't know what they did.
It's FTL CEO.
I believe he got deported
Don't know
for
who that is.
ulting, I think it was, or something.
Yes.
Damn.
I
said
believe
gone but
so.
not forgotten. Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there? Yeah. So, Diggy, is there anything you'd like to say to Whack? I'm assuming you guys probably haven't talked in a pretty good amount of time.
Why can't I talk every day?
Oh God.
Okay. Never mind then. Whack, is there anything you and Diggy would like to say to the country?
You speak on my behalf now?
Well.
What'd you say?
Whoa.
He
Let's
doesn't
not
even
be
speak on my
rash.
behalf. I'll kill you.
You
Why
heard
would
it
you
here,
say
folks. Diggy's gonna kill Whack. Well, yeah. I think, Mr. Producer, is there anything else we need to do, or are we ready to wrap it up?
Well, I do have a very, very important
Okay.
question for little Digivert. Before I
yes.
was kindly interrupted by my co-host here. What is your thoughts on the
Okay,
Ventura
so
situation?
thank you guys. We're gonna end the
Situation.
stream here.
Oh,
Diggy,
what was
the
the
people
situation?
have succeeded.
So,
they're
what's the
ruining
situation?
your
What's the-
country. They're ruining your city.
Ventura-
They're ruining your city.
Let me talk about it. Let me talk about it.
Yeah,
Let me talk
Shut
about
it
it.
up. Shut up.
Let me talk
Shut
about it.
up.
Let me talk about it.
This is a very important question to ask the founder of Maven
Turn
Ventura.
it up.
The
Now.
people must know the truth.
I mean, if they install me, then they deserve to have it, you know. Like, but you got bums running it now. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I was running it, you know, people were, you know, everybody was rich. Everybody, there was no crime. You know, people were. It was the second biggest commercial hub outside of the CBD, and now I hear there's like slums and shit. Like, what are we doing?
You heard it here, folks. Lil Diggy Vert says that there are slums in Aventura.
Aventura is. I am rolling in my grave.
That's true.
I
Yeah,
need to
okay.
regain my
So-
composure.
Yes, Anthony.
Reluctant.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think that's all. I'm just
Okay.
blown away by the turnout in this election, and I wonder how the next one will go.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna wrap it up here, folks. Thank you for
I
joining us.
got one more thing. Whack
Oh,
up
yes.
the me free end.
Whoa.
Whack,
Whoa.
whack.
Wow.
Now you can wrap it up.
Okay,
Yeah, Whack up the me free end.
I didn't do that. I didn't say that shit.
Put that in the headline, dog. Put that in the headline.
Okay.
I didn't say anything like that.
that. Thank you. Okay,
Hold on.
folks.
Don't get the fucking camera.
Okie dokie, folks. That's gonna be all from the Revel Times. Thank you for joining us in this final comedy skit we had for you guys. Yes. So, thank you for joining us. If any of you guys are interested in writing for the Revel Times, please apply to join in our Discord server. Link will be put into news, and we pay $6,000 per article with a 4K bonus per each on-demand article. So you new players, you'd be making a lot of money, especially when writing for the TRT. So thank you so much, folks. We hope you have a great night. And once again,